Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 9 October 2025, Thursday night at 9. That means it's time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel. And a knife sale we shall have, kind of a big one tonight and kind of all over the map with some pretty cool stuff. Before we get into the thick of it, let's do a little bit of housekeeping as usual. First off, I need you all to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale, which I will post on the screen for you in just a moment. I'll also print them in the description underneath this video. Especially if you're new, you want to read them closely and make sure that you're amenable to them. Now, also in the description, at the very top, you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on this channel. The first one goes right with what I've just told you. It's called A Primer for Buyers, and it's a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. It explains in great detail how we do things and why every Thursday night. So if you're new, give that a look. The second link is also informational pertaining to knife sales, but this is for the consignors or potential consignors for this weekly sales event. It's called FAQs for consignors, and it explains how this madness all works from the consignor's perspective. And then the third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the Apostle P Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. Not a bad time to send in knives for sharpening, actually. Backlog is under 4 weeks. Not at the 2 weeks it was a month or two ago, but not terrible either. So, and prices are low. They're back down to pre-Biden levels. That's my little patriotic contribution. Okay, so in the description, you're going to find all sorts of good information. Those 3 links at the top, then the terms of the sale. And then at the bottom of the description, the reason that y'all came tonight is the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps down the left side, pricing down the right. You can click on a timestamp to watch the segment for whatever knife you're interested in the list. And in the right-hand column where the prices are, you're generally going to see 2 numbers. The one to the left of the slash is the price of your knife as shown in the video. The one on the right is the price as sharpened by the Apostle P Knife Service. If you see a dash in lieu of a price on the right, that means it really doesn't need to be sharpened. There will be no next day sharpening this week, as I will be doing a little bit of lawn maintenance in preparation for our trip to Florida. So no time to sharpen tomorrow, but not to worry, your sharpened knife will ship within 4 weeks. Now, if you see the word sold in lieu of pricing for any given item, that means it's been bought and paid for by its new owner. So there's no need to send an inquiry or an I'll take it about anything marked sold, all caps, exclamation point. That'll do it for the housekeeping. Let's get the terms up on the screen for you now, and then we'll be back with the sale. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? Now, before I show you a knife, just one little reminder. We will be heading for Florida first thing in the morning on Saturday. So, any knife sold after, let's say, Friday morning at noon isn't going to ship until Monday, whatever is that, like the 20th. So let's try to get these knives on their way by Friday the 10th. That means you have to buy them, by the way. All right, first up, 4 leftovers from last week. We're going to start it off with this monster from Bark River Knives, Escanaba, Michigan, USA. It is a pig sticker in antique ivory micarta, brass hardware, and rampless construction. There it is in all its glory, in a very high coverage leather sheath. You can go cross draw or vertical belt carry. Looks like you could lash something to it if you wanted to. Kind of a minimalist design, a very purpose-built knife. It's for sticking pigs, and not the ones in the barnyard. This would be for wild hogs. Interesting blood groove. A spear point. That might be 1/4 inch stock. Maybe not. It might be like, I don't know. It sure looks like it might be. Anyway, the blade steel is CPM 154. Just in case you put it away wet and bloody. Blade length is 9 inches. Handle is 5 3/8. Don't miss the brass hardware. And the antique ivory, so beautiful. Condition will be near mint to like new in box. These are out of stock. When they were available, this would have been about $330 web retail. We ran this last week at $250, got no takers. Dropped it to $230 for the weekend. It's still here. This week's price, $210 like it is $240 with an ApostleP Edge. The Bark River Pig sticker. Next, from a company known for its fusion slip joints, Jack Wolf Knives, we have a modern folder, the Bionic Jack, in fat carbon frost. Pretty cool knife, I think. It does still sort of emulate a traditional pattern with the faux bolster and end cap, which are actually integral to each titanium scale slab. And then you've got that fat carbon frost carbon fiber material laid in beautifully. The titanium bolsters and end caps are satin finished. There's a little smudge right in front of the pivot screw. Gorgeous right hand tip up milled titanium pocket clip. And it is a front flipper that rides on ball bearings. Kind of a California clip with a blunt nose. Hand rubbed satin finished in S90V. Blade length is 3 1/4. The handle is 4 7/16. It does ride on ball bearings. Has a steel inserted titanium bolster lock. Nice action. Can I front flip it? Well, kinda. Pretty nice. You can also open the blade with that little short, long pull. Lock up, rock solid. There's your engagement. Nice free action. Those feel like ceramic ball bearings. Centering dead down the middle. We'll call it near mint in box. Currently on sale at every retailer that has these for $280 web retail. We ran this one last week at $210, did not sell. Dropped it to $195 for the weekend. It is still here. Let's go $185 this week on the Bionic Jack. $210 with my Edge. Next, I think we have one from Asher Knives. I do not know from whence comes this pouch, but it's not an Asher Knives pouch. Somebody probably recognizes that Chinese brand on the pouch, but anyway, we have a Spiro liner lock with a very cool scale set. Silver twill carbon fiber on both sides, and then you've got a black G10 back strap kind of holding it all together. Pocket clip ambidextrous tip up deep carry wire. Pretty nice tension, kind of stronger than a Spyderco, not as strong as a Lion Steel, which are ridiculously strong. Knife opens with an oval hole. Nice stonewashed spear point blade in CPM S90V. The blade length is 3 3/16. The handle's 4 3/16. The mechanism is a stainless steel liner lock, engaging beautifully and securely. Should ride on ball bearings, and it does. Lock up, rock solid. Blade centering on the Spiro is perfect. We'll call it near mint to like new in the wrong pouch. This model out of stock at $135 web retail. We ran it last week at $95, didn't sell, dropped it to $85 for the weekend, still here. Let's go 75 bucks on this one. As shown, 100 if you'd like it with my edge on that S90V blade. The Spiro liner lock from Asher. Next up is our last leftover, and it's the most shocking of the bunch, I think. Because when we puts their mind to it, they can do some beautiful work. This knife would be an example of that. It is the Ziffius model 22024D-4. And it's kind of special. Well, it's a limited edition even. The card says number 251 of 310. So it sort of emulates an integral, right? Because there's no seam down the spine of the handle, because that back strap encapsulates both scales, and that back strap is polished flame anodized titanium, as is the milled pocket clip with the WE maker's mark engraved after processing. And then you have some of that same material in the pivot collar area. And then the raw titanium is bead blasted, little blue line inlay, just gorgeous. Button lock flipper on ball bearings, and a sexy Harpoon Wharncliffe blade. CPM 20 CV is your steel, 3 11/16 is your blade length. 5 inches is the handle. Works well in a variety of grips. Surprisingly sharp jimping for as coarse as that pattern is. Super free ball bearing action. Gorgeous WE centering. Makes good noises. Condition we will call like new in the box. Currently available new, even though it's a limited edition. You can buy a brand new one from your favorite WE retailer. It'll cost you $373 plus tax. We offered this one last week at $260. It did not sell. We dropped it to $235 for the weekend. It is still here. Your price this week, $220 like it is. $245 with an Apostle P edge. The Ziffius limited edition from WE. All right, now we're on to the fresh stuff. First among them, it's another one from WE. You're going to get a pouch, no outer box. This is just to tell me what model it is. I don't think there's any other goodies in there. So the model is the 20020 Charlie-2 Saakshi, Saakshi, in carbon fiber. A good looking knife, great EDC blade. I like how the titanium liners are a little bit proud of the scales. It just gives it a little added dimensional quality. The right hand tip up deep carry pocket clip is in titanium. Nice fine bead blast finish. It's a flipper, rides on ball bearings. Nice looking drop point blade. It's kind of a light tumble after a glass bead blast. Long pulls on both sides. Not sure you'll ever use them. We could just call them fullers. Blade length on the Saakshi 3 1/4 in CPM 20 CV. The handle's 4 1/4. There's your lock engagement, and I believe, yes, that titanium liner lock does have a steel insert for the lock face. Lockup is dead rock solid. Nice lock bar tension. Centering is perfect. Low profile flipper works great. Condition near mint in pouch, no box. Deadwood Knives actually has these in stock, according to their website, although they're discontinued. So on Deadwood Knives, you can buy this knife brand new for $160. Or just buy this one for $100. Who needs a box? $125 sharpened. That is the Saakshi in carbon fiber, marbled carbon fiber, no less. Next up, we have another WE, and it's a darling. The Wii universe loves this knife. It just has a pouch also. No outer box, and I don't think there's any goodies in there. Nope. It is the model 19068J-2. It's a Banter, but it's not just any Banter. It's wearing purple canvas micarta scales, an acid stonewash deep carry clip that's ambidextrous tip up. It rides on bearings but opens with thumb studs, and the blade is a gorgeous little Wharncliffe. Again, a light acid stonewash over a bead blasted finish. Nice broad, thinly ground Wharncliffe. Just tell me that knife doesn't mean business. Great EDC blade. CPMS 35 VN blade, 2 13/16 inches in length. The handle's 3 5/8, super efficient blade to handle ratio. Stainless steel liner lock, locking up right there. Super solid. Super smooth, super centered. Gorgeous. Near mint in pouch, no box. This model currently available online. Your favorite Wii retailer would be happy to sell you one for $114 plus tax. Your price for this one, $75, shipped, priority mail, $95 with an TheApostleP Edge. The Banter in purple canvas and a Wharncliffe from Wii. Next up, the Wii party rolls on. I think this is the last one. Yeah. I love the new box, by the way. Still handsome, but not ridiculous. Some retailer put their barcode label over the freaking manufacturer's label. Bad idea. I had to sort of peel it back to get you the model number. 22026-4. It is the Navo, N-A-V-O, with fat carbon Nebula scales and a 20 CV blade. Look at that little cutie, would ya? Yeah. Almost a Kwaiken design. Not quite. The spine of the blade still protrudes, but it does sort of melt into the handle. Nice oval hole pattern. A sort of blackwash finished milled titanium pocket clip with bronze anodized screws that does go ambidextrous tip up. It is a flipper. I'm sure it rides on ball bearings. A gorgeous hand rub satin drop point blade in 20 CV, 3 1/4 inches in length. The handle 4 7/16. It is a titanium liner lock with a steel inserted lock face, and the titanium liners have the same blackwash finish as the pocket clip. Nice bronze anodized lanyard pin, little fine gear pattern backspacer. There's your lock engagement. It's rock solid. Ball bearing action smooth. A little bit of force on the lock bar, which I like. Beautiful centering. We'll call this one like new in the box. Price of these brand new, and they are currently available new. $250 at your favorite Wii website. Your price for this one, $140 like it is, $165 with an TheApostleP Edge. That is the Navo from Wii. Next, we're moving down the Wii line into the Civivi brand. Just a pouch, no outer box. Oh, nice shearling faux. Interesting knife. It is the Hyperpulse model C23087 Alpha-2 in blue, hard anodized aluminum. Take a look at the holes. Lots of attention. The chamfers of the small holes are applied after anodizing, and then the large holes have anodized chamfers, and then 4 little dimples. Just attention to detail. Pocket clip, bead blasted stainless steel, ambidextrous tip up. You can flip it or you can thumb it. Button lock mechanism. kind of a swedged spear point. I want you to make note, in the satin finish, there are some fine scratches in both sides of the blade face. But you know what? It's an inexpensive user. Thinly hollow ground, by the way. So the Hyperpulse has a blade 3.5 inches long and 14 C28N. The handle's 4.5. There is zero blade play in any direction. Super free, smooth ball bearing action. Perfect centering. Condition, we will call near mint in pouch. Zero handle wear. Just those scratches, very fine scratches in the blade face. They're available new for $70 web retail. Let's offer this one to you. All in, shipped, priority mail, $40. Like it is $60 with an Apostle Edge. The Hyperpulse from Civivi. My pouch is all messed up over here. Next up, we got one of those dealer exclusive knives. So it is a QSP Penguin, but an exclusive for Kaviso. And I don't think that label is right, but the box is right. And the knife is super cool. This kind of looks like something you might carry to Florida with the fat carbon Mars Valley scales. And then the sort of aqua blue anodized titanium hardware, including a milled titanium clip that is right hand tip up. It's a steel inserted titanium frame lock. Thumb only. On ball bearings. No flipper. Great looking sheep's foot blade. An S35 VN. It is 3 1/16 inches in length. The handle's 4 1/16. There's your lock engagement. Might be about 60%, which I think is just fine. Very smooth bearings. Centering is dead. Condition on the Penguin, near mint in box. Currently available new for $130 at Kaviso. This one can be yours all in, shipped priority mail. $95 like it is $115 with an Apostle Edge. The Penguin in Mars Valley fat carbon from QSP and Kaviso. Next, it's Kizer time. I have 2 Kizers coming up. Neither one I've ever seen one of. So here's the first one. I don't like this label. I guess it sort of makes sense. It's not as descriptive as some of their labels, but it's the model V3690A2 Spitfire. Very interesting handle. I used to have a wife who told me never to wear navy blue and black together. Well, Kizer doesn't care. They don't care. So here you go. The bolsters are black hard anodized aluminum. The scales are, what do they call that? Blue Canyon Richlight, which is kind of like a paper micarta. There is a fine mill pattern in the scales, by the way. Pocket clip, right hand tip up, deep carry. Looks like a painted steel. Knife opens with thumb studs. Rides on ball bearings. Oh, good looking blade. Swedged spear, saber ground in 14 C28N. 3 1/16 inch blade, 4 7/16 handle. Stainless steel liner lock mechanism. Locks up at about, I don't know, 25-30%. Kind of early, but rock solid. Beautiful ball bearing action. Beautiful blade centering. Like new in the box. Available new for $85 web retail. Let's offer this one at $50 all in, shipped priority mail. $70 with an Apostle Edge. That's the Spitfire from Kizer. Next up, probably not my favorite Kizer pattern, but I've never seen one trimmed out like this, and it's super cool. So you got the new style Kizer box. The model is the KI3619A3 drop bear. This label is not correct. It's the right model, but the wrong trim. So it's a clutch lock knife, which is a Benchmade axis lock, but it's scaled in some very interesting titanium, and it's an LC200N blade, so very water friendly. Check out the titanium. They call this Gradient Snowflake Titanium. I guess that is a very descriptive nomenclature and very accurate. Blue to silver to yellow. Super cool. Blackened stainless steel liners, black ambidextrous tip-up deep carry pocket clip, thumb stud deployment, but riding on ball bearings. And check out the stone wash that LC200N takes. Very cool. Blade length, 2 15/16. Handle length is 4 3/16. You know what a clutch lock is. It is rock solid. Ball bearings are super free. Centering is dead. We'll call it like new and slightly, I don't know if it's the wrong box, but the wrong label. Just an incorrect suffix on the model. Anyway, this model is available new for $159 web retail. We're going to offer this one to you at $100, shipped priority mail, $120 with an TheApostleP Edge. The drop bear in titanium and LC200N. Next, we have a Vosteed. No outer box, just a pouch. The knife inside is the Porcupine, model A2604 in natural canvas micarta or something like that. It kind of looks like Topps canvas micarta. Lots of resin in that material. Some bronze anodized pivot collars. Ambidextrous tip-up deep carry wire clip. Stainless steel liners. Opens with a, what do you call that? Not quite oval. There's got to be a name for that shape. I don't remember. Deep belly drop point blade in 14C28N, 3 inches in length. The handle is 4 3/16. It is a button lock. Blade rides on ball bearings. I like the way that hole interfaces the thumb. Let's see, how's the lockup? Well, rock solid. How's the centering? Well, perfect. This is super factory fresh. I wrote close for the centering. Why did I guess you could say it favors the top. Maybe I was just looking at it wrong when I wrote my copy. It looks pretty darn perfect right now. Anyway, like new, in pouch, no outer box. Available new for $69 plus tax and postage. This one all in, shipped, priority mail. You're done, $40. $60 if you'd like it to be sharpened by me. That is the A2604 Porcupine in canvas micarta from Vosteed. Next, we have another one from Vosteed. This one comes in the tin, and just the tin. Oh, there might be a microfiber in there. Now, this is an interesting one. Model number is A2804. And the name is spelled Shilin. Shilin cutter, I don't know. In OD green G10 with some gold anodized accents, just the thumb studs, I guess. So you can thumb it. You can flip it. And you release it. I would call this like a pivot mounted button lock, but they call it the Vanker lock, like anchor with a V on the front. I always forget who was that knife that worked like that. And you could actually, let's see, can you do it on this one? Yes, you can just use the lock to fling it. Fun fidget toy. 154 cm blade, 3 inches in length. 4 1/4 handle. Pocket clip, deep carry, right hand tip up. I guess you could almost, yeah. You saw the action. The centering is perfect. Let's see, how's the lockup? Rock solid. I called that centering very, very close when I wrote my copy. Very, very close. I guess it might favor the right scale ever so slightly. Anywho. So these knives currently available at your favorite Vosteed website dealer for 99 bucks. Let's go 65 on this one, 85 if you'd like it with my edge. The Shilin cutter in OD G10 from Vosteed. Next we have one from Ameight Knives. That is a cumbersome brand name for me. I don't know. And the sticker kind of blows. What it is the model number AM8-008SR Kermu, Kermu. I almost made an offer. I was going to say, if you're a Chinese knife manufacturer and you want to learn how to name and merchandise your brand and your models, I'm available, but I don't want to help them sell knives. Anyway, naming notwithstanding, it's kind of a cool knife. A very fine diamond mill pattern titanium handle. Think of a Benchmade aluminum handle like on a bailout, but in a much smaller pattern. It's super cool. And then you've got the silver carbon fiber inlays. Pocket clip is going to be right-hand tip up, milled titanium. It is a steel inserted titanium frame lock knife, and it opens with a flipper. It's almost a Sponto. In fact, it is a Sponto with a big old swedge. You got satin going like 4 different directions. Nicely done. M390 blade. Blade length is 3.5. The handle's 4 7/16. There's your lock engagement. Nice and free. Rock solid lockup. And the centering ought to be down the middle. Made by Miguron, I guess, says the internet. This model currently available, brand new at your favorite Ameight dealer for $206 web retail. We'll offer you this one at $120 like it is. $145 with an TheApostleP edge. That's got to be a buy. Next up, here's a brand I haven't seen in a little bit. Real Steel. Apparently they're still at it. The model number, I wouldn't call it a stock number, but anyway, is 7645G. It is the Rokot Premium in green micarta. That doesn't really look very green to me, but it's canvas micarta. Maybe your eye says green, my eye says brown, but anyway. Handle, all titanium, save the proud micarta inlays, kind of a la Chris Reeve, although milled. Nice bead blast on the handle. Nice bright hardware. Pocket clip, titanium milled, right-hand tip up. Frame lock with a steel insert. Low profile flipper. Good looking blade. Sort of reminds me of a Benchmade Barrage. Nice fuller. Nice satin. The blade steel is S35VN. Blade length is 3 5/8. The handle's 4 5/8. There's your lock engagement. Just about 50%. Right, I think where it ought to be. But anyway, it's rock solid. Smooth. Solid. Love the low profile flipper that's actually skeletonized. It bites really well into the fat of my finger. Nice knife. Anyhow, we will say like new in the box. Currently available at your favorite real steel dealer for $170 web retail. Your price on this one, $120 like it is. $140 with an Apostle P Edge, the Rokot Premium from Real Steel. Next, I teased you about this. Excuse me. I did put it in the sale, but it's not going to be long. If I don't have it, I'll take it for this knife by $9.15. I'm keeping it. From Cold Steel. Yeah. It's a Cold Steel in a Civivi pouch. See right there. Frenzy 2. I don't know if I've had one of these in my hand before. If I have, I don't remember it. But, you know, that big Frenzy, the one like the 6-inch blade or something, it's ridiculous. It's Cold Steel. But this is shrunk. And it's so good. It's still got that Frenzy mill pattern in the satin finish G10 scales. But they're all one color, black. The pocket clip is a shorty deep carry, ambidextrous tip up. It's still a triad lock. It opens with thumb studs. Like a shot. They call this the Blackout model of the Frenzy 2. And look at the blade steel. CPM 3V. With a Wharncliffe blade with a little slight bit of hook on it. I'm telling you what, guys. I like that they did that because what it does, over time as you use this, where's all the wear in a Wharncliffe happen? Right here. So as you're sharpening that, it'll get straight before it gets bellied, right? Which I like. Anyway, 3.5-inch blade, 4.5-inch handle. Rock solid triad lock, a free swinging blade on the usual Cold Steel washer cocktail. The centering I'm calling close. Let's see. It favors the top side scale very slightly. Near mint to like new, no box. Dang. You get this in your hand, you're going to fall in love. Available on Amazon right now for $101. This one, $60. Do not wait. At $9.15, it goes in my pocket. $80 if you want my edge, by the way. Next up, from Southern Grind. I wish they would give you an ambidextrous clip. I would so own one of these. Why don't they do that? Anyway, new box. Looking good. Looking good, Zach. So this is a Spider Monkey Tanto satin blade, carbon fiber handle. Just a stunner in every way. Great handle shape. And there is a textured mill pattern. And it sort of fades out. It's heavy up here and very light to non-existent down here. Super cool. Titanium liners. Right hand tip up. Shorty pocket clip. It is missing a screw, which I did not notice. Uh-oh. I don't think it's in here either. I do not think it's in here. It is not. And it's kind of a special screw, so you're probably going to have to call them and get one. Dang it, I wish I'd seen that before setting up. Anyhow, it doesn't really need it, except it should have it. Anyway, phosphor bronze washers, thumb studs, as God intended. Blade steel is S35 VN, blade length 3 3/16, handle 4 1/4. Titanium liner lock coming in at about 50%, right where you want it. Little tiny, almost inaudible hydro stick, as I call it, just to let you know it's there. Blade centering is perfect. Well, I was going to say it's near mint to like new in box, but it can't be like new if it's missing a screw. So, anyhow. Let's see. Available new for $234 web retail. I think my consignor priced this pretty well, even missing a screw. $165 like it is. $190 with an TheApostleP edge. The Spider Monkey carbon fiber Tanto from Southern Grind. Next up, it's Protech time. Now, this is kind of sad because we have a 22 CCKS, which is some knife show, I don't know. Do they say on here? No. So, but this is a box for a 2024. I don't know. Why would, come on, consignors, get your boxes straight. It's almost right. But anyway, it's a Malibu flipper in gray hard anodized aluminum. Right hand, deep carry, tip up pocket clip, all black hardware, DLC blade. In 20 CV. Let's see. There you go. Reverse Tanto. Button lock. 3 5/16 blade, 4 1/4 handle. Perfect mechanics. Centering is dead. I'm going to call it near mint in the wrong box. Unobtainium. You'll not find this knife anywhere. I don't know how many they made. But I know in 2024 they only made 60 of them. I don't know how many they made in 2022. Ought to be pretty rare. Therefore, your price $200, shipped priority mail, $225 with my edge. The Protech 2022 CCKS Malibu flipper. Next up, we got a Spyderco in a pouch, which means it's a very special Spyderco. Designed by Marcin Swish. It's the swayback. I don't know why this knife isn't more popular. If this was a Swish Bowie, which has the same finishing, the same construction, I think even the same steel, it would be twice this much money. I don't think guys like the swayback. I don't think they get it. They must not be slip joint guys. But what a beautiful knife. I mean, come on. Blade, CTS XHP. Very high, very thin, hollow grind with a gorgeous stone wash and a beautiful swedge on the Wharncliffe blade. The handle is kind of an acid stone washed, all titanium, steel inserted titanium frame lock. On phosphor bronze. Nice detent. Let's see. Here's the... Can Rob finger flick it? Oh, almost. Well, I did, actually. Pocket clip, ambidextrous tip up. There's your lock engagement. I mean, just perfect. Rock solid. Smooth washer action. Centering's beautiful. Near mint to like new in pouch. Currently available, web retail, on sale, $259. This one can be yours all in, shipped priority mail for $170 like it is, $190 with an TheApostleP edge, the swayback from Spyderco. Time to turn the page. Next up, I don't think I've seen one of these. And I did not do this. This is how the box came. It doesn't matter. It's a tenacious, right? The label's probably wrong. Might be, I don't know. Somebody's got some kind of a strike through going on there. It is a tenacious with a black blade and a titanium handle in 8CR13, and it is a plain edge. So Anyhow, look at that. Would ya? A shimmery blue with a hint of aqua. Steel inserted, titanium frame lock, tenacious. You kidding me? All black hardware and blade. That's the Teflon paint stuff, but who cares? You got your Spidey spear. 8CR13. 3 3/8 blade, 4 3/8 handle. There's your lock engagement. It's rock solid. Washers. Centering is hard to see. I called it very close. Near mint to like new, in box, box damaged. This model currently available brand new for a Spyderco map price at your favorite internet retailer of $132. Let's go $70 on this one. $90 with an TheApostleP Edge. The Spyderco Tenacious Titanium Inserted Frame Lock. Huh. Next, we got a Benchmade, and it's in a black box. It's my favorite of all time in the Adamas family, the 273 FE-2 Mini Adamas in ODG10 and a flat dark earth Cerakoted crew wear blade. Why did I ever sell mine? I don't know. I didn't carry it enough. Just beautiful. Blasted 3D machine G10 scales, perforated handle, black oxide liners, and ambidextrous tip-up deep carry clip. Heavy access lock mechanism. Opens with thumb studs, rides on phosphor bronze. There is your Shane Sibbert designed fullered and swedged drop point with a jimped thumb ramp. 3 3/16 blade, 4.5-inch handle. Rock solid lockup, free dropping blade, perfect centering. Near mint to like new in box, available new. They've crept up to $290 web retail. This one, $190 like it is, $210 with my Edge, and it's as perfect an example as you're going to find. The Mini Adamas in OD, FDE, and crew wear from Benchmade. Next up, a very interesting collab that I teased you about yesterday. Manufactured by Gerber, designed by Emerson. It's called the Gerber Auto Emerson Alliance. Very cool scales. Finely diamond checkered hard anodized aluminum in black with the swoopy mill pattern. It has a cross block safety, button lock auto, kind of a black oxide coated blade, saber ground spear point, 154 cm. Blade length is 3 3/8. The handle is 5 3/8. You get that clip, and then you get a second clip. I'm not sure why. Maybe just in case you break one. And of course it's going to fight me coming out of the baggie. There we go. Oh, it's kind of a stealthy one. Same clip appears to be, but just a little different. You have an etched Gerber and an engraved or a stamped Gerber. Get in there. No box with this one. Beautiful in the hand. Clip is ambidextrous tip up, thank goodness. Zero blade play. Nice. Centering, not too doggone bad. We'll call it near mint, no box. Out of stock. When these were available, they were $236 web retail. This one can be yours. $175 all in, shipped priority mail. $195 with my edge. The Gerber Auto Emerson Alliance. Pretty cool knife. Next up, another Protech sneaking in. This one does have the correct box. This would be the PVK exclusive Blue Malibu. Model number PVK.MRT.2-Blue. PVK exclusive with the textured blue handle. DLC black blade in CPM 3V with the reverse Tanto blade. Such a stunning pocket knife. Yeah. Normal Malibu clip, deep carry right hand tip up, button lock, and a ball bearing flipper. Blade length 3 5/16. Handle is 4 1/4. A little bit of evidence of use in that DLC, but very little. Perfect lockup, perfect action, perfect centering as usual. I guess I called it very close. It's so hard to see down in there. Close enough. Near mint inbox. When these were new, gulp, they were $350 at PVK. This one can be yours all in, shipped priority mail, $225 like it is, $245 with my edge. The PVK Blue Malibu in 3V. Next up, Microtech time. Model number 142-1RD. It's a Combat Troodon double edge in red. Just a beautiful knife. Red hard anodized aluminum handle. Microtech standard Combat Troodon clip that is completely ambidextrous, by the way. Serial number is 324 Fife. Made February of 2021. Firm button. M390 two-tone blade. Double edge. Blade length is 3 11/16. The handle's 5 3/4 to the end of the glass breaker. Firm button, but 100%. You'll probably not be able to drive your wife crazy on movie night very long because it takes some effort. But near mint inbox, currently out of stock. When these were last available, they had a web retail price of $550. Your price for this one, $325 all in, shipped priority mail, no need to sharpen. The Combat Troodon in red from Microtech. All right, that'll bring us to the Rob's Pick tonight. And it's a Spyderco. It's a Blade HQ exclusive. Shaman. And it says green micarta, but it doesn't look very green. You see anything interesting in that model number? I do. There you go. There is your green. Okay. Canvas micarta. Even when you get it a little wet, it doesn't look very green. But all OD green micarta fades to tan anyway. So black hardware, 4-way clip, compression lock, 4 11/16 closed, DLC coated blade, 3 9/16 inches in length. Oh, the blade steel. CPM M4. Yes. Lockup rock solid. Action, beautiful. Centering, bang. Near mint inbox. Why did I say not like new? I don't know. I don't see any wear in the DLC. Don't find anything in the edge. Is there a little wear on the clip maybe? Maybe a little. Just burnishing. I don't know. pretty much like new, but we'll call it near mint. They're discontinued and out of stock, of course. Sold listings on eBay range between $243 and $393. Let's go $235 on this one, $260 sharpened. The Shaman in green canvas DLC and M4. That is the Rob's pick tonight. What a beauty. Next, more Spyderco, more Golden Colorado. It's a Manix 2, lightweight in mint FRN with a black DLC M4 Blade HQ exclusive. There you go. Your mint green volcano grip handle, ambidextrous tip up wire clip, not deep carry though. Caged ball lock, opens with a hole, rides on phosphor bronze. CPM M4, 3 3/8 blade, 4 5/8 handle, rock solid lockup, free swing in action. The centering is hard to show. It favors the top side slightly. Near mint to like new in box, discontinued, out of stock. Sold listings on eBay range between $195 and $239. Your price for this one, $160 like it is, $185 with my edge. Next up, I think I teased you a little bit about this one yesterday. When do you see this? A Spyderco Mule Team that comes with the sheath and with scales. We got it. It is a factory second. See the little notch right there? I don't know why. The blade steel is CTS B75P. I am not familiar. You Mule Team guys probably are. It looks like it's been sharpened, and it's not a super pretty edge, but it is very sharp, just so you know. The scales are crowned 3D machine, sort of diamond milled black G10. Super functional. The blade length, 3 1/4. The handle, 4 1/2. Maybe they didn't like the edge grind from the factory. I don't know. I don't know why it's a second, but nothing wrong with it. And you get the sheath and the scales. So I found one sold listing on eBay. You can't buy these new. They're gone. And that was just a skeleton handle, no scale, no sheath knife. It's sold for $125 on eBay. This one, $120, all in, shipped priority mail, $145 with my edge. The Mule Team in black G10 with a sheath and CTS B75P blade from Spyderco. Next, more Spidey. Made in United States, Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. It's a military 2 with cobalt blue G10 and a Spy 27 blade. There you go. I like the military 2. You get a 4-way clip mount, you get a compression lock, and you get the same dimensions and the same handle as the original. Look at that. 4 1/16 inches of Spy 27 set and finished full flat ground. Rock solid compression lockup. Beautiful free action. I'm going to call the centering. Oh man, what am I going to call that? It's close to perfect. I don't know. It's close. Very, very close. Near mint inbox, currently available new for $210 web retail, Spyderco map price. This one, $160 like it is, $180 shipped. The military 2 in blue and Spy 27. Next up. Aha, check this out. Why the yellow label? I think I know. It's a military 2 in S30V, black G10, SE. Full spider edge. I guess there's a little run of plain edge, so I wrote combo, but you know what it is. S30V. Oh, that is a wonderful large utility folder or tactical folder. 4-way clip, compression lock, rock solid lockup. Nice free action. Centering, I will call close. It's hard to tell because they chisel grind the serrations, but it's close. Near mint inbox, 210 map price web retail. This one can be yours, $150 all in, shipped priority mail. No need to sharpen. That's the military 2 black S30V and a spider edge. Next up, speaking of spider edges, oh, do we have some spider edge for you here? Made in Japan, Seki City. It's the Matriarch 2 with a full spider edge. Black volcano grip FRN handle, 4-way clip in black. Midlock mechanism, rides on phosphor bronze, opens with a hole. And you get that nasty thing. Yes, you do. Yes. 3 9/16 inches of menacing. Wow, what do you call that blade shape? I don't know. It's menacing. Anyway, rock solid lockup. Pretty free action. Centering is so hard to tell because of the way the blade's ground, but it's pretty close to perfect. Near mint to like new in box. Still making them. They're available new for $118 map price. This one can be yours, $85. No need to sharpen. The Matriarch 2 with the full spider edge from Spyderco. Okay, next up we got something we're going to call the cold steel folder combo. And one of these knives actually has my edge on it. We'll talk about that one first. Comes in that box. It's the large Luzon with the orange handle and a black blade. Pretty interesting knife, I think. So Cold Steel calls this glass-filled nylon in blaze orange. The pocket clip is right-hand tip up, also in blaze orange GRN. It's a flipper or a stutter, and you can lock it. I think only when it's open. Yes, only when it's open. So it emulates a fixed blade. Whatever. Blade steel, 8CR13 MOV and kind of a tumbled DLC something. With an ApostleP edge. 6-inch blade, 7 9/16 handle. Stainless steel liner lock. And it rides on washers, to my knowledge. And check out the centering. Not too doggone bad, wouldn't you say? Near mint inbox with an ApostleP edge. Next, you're going to get this knife. It is a Tylite 6-inch in Zyx, black and black. So it's the big Tylite, but the inexpensive Tylite. The black Zyx works pretty well. Nice little sort of micro stippling. Right-hand tip-up pocket clip. You can front flip it, I think. Nice PVD-coated AUS 8A blade. Or you can thumb stud it. I like the folded-over locking leaf. This also rides on washers, phosphor bronze and Teflon. So you got a 6-inch blade, a 7 1/16 handle. The action lockup are great. The centering, not so great. But like new in box or near mint. So here's the deal on these. You can buy a new Luzon for 45 bucks, but this consignor paid me 30 bucks to sharpen it. The Ziffius Ltd, 65 web retail. So you'd have 110 plus 30, 140, like they sit if you bought them new and had me sharpen one. We're going to offer the pair for 85 bucks. And then if you want me to sharpen the Ltd, 115. Okay, that is the cold steel folder combo. Next up, we got a big old knife from Work Tough Gear. It's the Drenger Sachs in SK85 with satin blade and black scales. You're also going to get a set of DLT playing cards. Knife comes in a beautiful Kydex sheath with a tech lock. 0 rattle. Nice thumb break. And check that out. So SK5 or SK85 would be 1085. Look at that satin. Bidirectional. Very cool, fuller, stone-washed. That's a factory edge from Work Tough Gear. They do such a nice polished edge. So good, in fact, I'm going to give you a sharpened price, but don't use it, right? 8 7/8 blade, 5 7/16 handle, and almost a frag pattern G10. Forward finger choil. Very nice handle. Condition will be near mint to like new in box. There might be some Kydex wear, like right there, but you know. Anyhow, they're $190 web retail, but they're out of stock. This one can be yours all in, shipped priority mail for $150, $180 with my edge. The Drenger Sachs from Work Tough Gear. Next up, never seen one of these before. It's from Microtech, and it's a fixed blade. The model is 104-10, and it's the Arbiter. It makes the final decision. Beautiful. I think they call this vacuum formed Kydex. Carbon fiber patterned. Got a couple of superficial scratches in it. Molly straps. 0 rattle. And look at this. Yeah. That is a stunning harpoon clip point with a little recurve in M390. Serial number 3058. Born August of 23. Looks like 3/16 stock. The handle is beautiful 3D machined black G10. Tri-wing fasteners. Lanyard slot. 8.5 blade, 5 9/16 handle. There is a little bit of evidence of Kydex scuffing in the blade, but it's very slight. There's a little section of it right there. There you go. So we'll call it near mint in box. Currently available to purchase brand new for $507 web retail. Let's go $325 on this one, $360 with my edge on that recurve M390 blade. Beautiful. Next up, I got 2 of the same model in different colors. I'm just going to show you one box. It's the ridiculous half-breed blades box that won't ship in any reasonable container. Yet they make them in Australia and ship them all over the world. I don't get it. But there's stuff, big closed cell foam, separate compartments for the blade and for the sheath. And I got 2 of them. Okay. And same model as we sold a tan one of last week, the LIK-01 Bowie. You got a black one, 0 rattle, Kydex sheath, tech lock, good thumb brake. I believe they call this a Teflon coating. Black G10, highly crowned scales. I'm going to say 3/16 stock. 6 7/8 blade, 4 15/16 handle. Self guard. And then you got the OD green, no rattle. Same dimensions, different color. A little bit of Kydex wear in the green one, right? By the fuller, right? There. Beautiful pieces. They sell new for $313 web retail, probably because that box costs so darn much to ship. We offered the tan one last week at $195. It sold like a shot. Same price for these two. So $195 each for the half-breed Bowies in black and OD green. Black, green. Next up, oh, I know I teased you about this one yesterday. We have a tomahawk, boys. And it's from Hoback. It's the PS2 Tomahawk in AEBL. This is the gray coated version. Beautiful Kydex sheath. Snap. Let's get that out of the way. It comes out like that. Look at that piece of work. Dark gray coated. Dimensions are 5 1/4 from there to there by 7 1/4 from there to there, and then the handle length from there to there is 12 inches. Those scales are a beautifully milled set of carbon fiber scales, and the fasteners are sort of a green or aqua anodized titanium. Interesting how they mill the bevels. I think that's to allow for blood to escape after you've caved in the skull of the bad guy. I don't know. Pretty cool piece. Guess what they sell for new? They are in stock, by the way. $485. This one is like new, no box. And there is some hardware included. Looks like some kind of a belt carry mechanism. There's a card in there. Fasteners. Yeah. So let's do 260. And then if you want me to sharpen both of those edges, add 30. So 290 sharpened. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Let's see. There we go. And we'll snap it. Okay. Well, that, boys, brings us to the last item in tonight's sale. And I definitely teased you with this one. It's a sharpening system from WorkSharp. And it's called their Precision Adjust sharpening system with the Elite upgrade. So you're going to get this little fixture that'll house your polishing tapes, which does not come with the base system. And you get, here's another one. It's already got some tapes installed. You get a Sharpie. You get some instructions. And then you got your sharpening system. So it's kind of like a DMT. You've got, you know, a base, some rods. Looks like there's even a strap there. Yeah. bunch of stones, natural diamond. But you can check it out. There's probably a couple videos. I'm not going to take this all apart. And there's your polishing tapes. So this system sells for $130 web retail. And it's been used little or none. He says none, but anyway. $130 web retail plus tax and postage. Let's do $70 for the Work Sharp Precision Adjust with Elite Upgrade sharpening system. And that, my friends, will bring us to the end of another weekly knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now commence to clicking. And live Charlie Kirk loud. I'll talk to you soon.